In today's video, I'm going over the top 5 reasons why you need to be getting into publishing audiobooks through Amazon's audiobook platform known as Audible, which is also known to publishers as Audible ACX. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dane, and on this channel I talk all about self-publishing books on Amazon, all in entrepreneurship, and just lifestyle in general. So if that kind of thing interests you, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 reasons why you need to be getting into Audible ACX, whether you're someone who has never published a book yourself before, or if you're someone who's already published a book through, say, Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing in the paperback and ebook formats, maybe even a hardback format, but you haven't taken the leap of faith to get onto Audible ACX, okay? In this video, I'm explaining why you need to be doing that right now, and I'm gonna give you the top 5 reasons why that is. Okay, so before I jump into that, though, I just want to mention I do have a 100% free Facebook community. And when you join that community, you're going to access to my step-by-step guide to getting started with self-publishing. So for someone who's brand new to this is the perfect guide to get started with it. And it's 100% free. If you click the first link in the description down below, you can access that guide once you join the group, okay? So join the group. I answer all the questions in there too. It's a very good community. There's over 10,000 people in there. So if you're someone who's brand new, it's the perfect opportunity for you. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the video and talk about my 5 reasons why you need to be on Audible ACX right now. So reason number 1 here is because there is such little competition when it comes to publishing audiobooks versus publishing paperback and ebook and hardback. Let me show you exactly why. So on my computer here, I have just a total example of a niche on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing's platform. So these books are going to be in like paperback format, ebook format, and hardback format. Okay, this is on Amazon.com. This is considered KDP when it comes to publishing. So looking at this right here, right away, the first thing you see, I looked up the keyword, how to talk to anyone. Very popular keyword, many books made about it. I've seen this keyword hundreds of times at this point. And when you look on Amazon, there's 4,000 results. So that just means there's 4,000 other books ranking for this keyword that are trying to get someone to buy them. Okay, so that means you have 4,000 competitors, which for Amazon KDP standards is pretty low. Okay, don't get me wrong, that's not very much competition. Usually on KDP, when we're looking for a book with low competition, we're looking for something that's under 10,000. But for sake of comparison, I'm gonna look up this exact keyword on audible.com, and we're gonna see what the competition is like on there, because I chose this keyword for a reason, because it's not super competitive on Amazon KDP, so it's still a compelling keyword to go into when it comes to paperback and ebook. And it's also a book that you could easily make an audiobook out of. Okay, it makes sense. It's something that you listen to and learn from. A book that doesn't make sense would be like a cookbook where someone wants to see pictures. You wouldn't make an audiobook out of a cookbook, but for something like this, you definitely make an audiobook out of it. So let's go to audible.com here. I have it searched already. How to talk to anyone, okay? Looking at audible.com, you can scroll down right away. You're going to notice this first book that we see on KDP is also in audiobook format. So if I go to here, you can see it's right here on KDP. But on Audible, you can see right away there's only 161 results for that keyword. Okay. Again, KDP 4,000 results. Audible 161. Literally cut down to like minimal amounts compared to the amount of competition that's on KDP. And looking at this one right here, this is also a pretty good keyword. If you look at this first book, it's BSR, which is basically its best sellers rank. The lower the number is, the better it's doing. Number 1 sells the best on the entire store. This one is number 22 on the entire Audible store. So very good. There are tons of demand, but very low amounts of competition. Okay, and this is just one example. I could probably search up 10 examples right now and prove to you that there's way more competition on KDP compared to Audible, okay? So that's reason number 1, such low competition. Reason number 2 why Audible just makes sense when it comes to publishing audiobooks is because Audible, even though it's not like super new, I'd still consider it a quote unquote new platform compared to something like Amazon. And this kind of ties into the first one where, again, there's way less competition, there's way less books, so it's definitely a newer platform for you to get onto. But also looking at it, Audible hasn't even integrated ads, okay? And ads are something that Amazon has all over it, right? If you scroll down a page here, if I go back to this how to talk to anyone, I scroll down, you can see sponsored. This is an ad right here, okay? So this person's paying to get their book above you. When it comes to Audible, there's no such thing as ads. It's strictly SEO, okay? Search engine optimization. Your book is only gonna rank if you know how to rank it on the platform. So there's no people relying on ads or outbidding you or getting their book pushed in front of you, so you have to compete with them. It's just solely reliant on SEO, which can be good and bad. But if you don't have the budget for ads, Audible, you don't even need to pay for ads because you can't even buy ads. So that's another reason why it's so good to get into. Reason number 3 on this list is that the cost to get your book from a paperback, ebook, whatever, and turned into an audiobook is very, very low. You can do this easily for under $500, which is nowadays very low cost to get an additional book made from your already existing books that you're selling on KDP. So if you don't have your book on Audible and it's just on KDP and it makes sense to make an audiobook out of it, it is an absolute no-brainer to make an audiobook because it is not very expensive to do. What I mean by this is if you go on Fiverr, you can get your audiobook cover right here. This is an example. Turned into, or you can get your paperback cover, I should say, or ebook cover, whatever it is, turned into an audiobook formatted cover. You can see here's an example, $7 Canadian, so like $5 US. To get that cover turned into an audiobook formatted cover, very easy to do. This takes like what is the turnaround here? 1 day delivery and it's ready to go. Your only other costs are gonna be getting your book narrated, which usually it's gonna cost you around, depending on how many words, if you have a 30,000 word book, you can expect to pay around $300 to $500 to get that thing narrated, okay? So at that point, you've only paid $300 to $500 to get your book turned from a paperback or ebook into an audiobook formatted book that you can sell on Audible and take advantage of this blue ocean type of platform that it is right now. And additionally, on top of that, the only other cost you're gonna have to worry about is something that I'm gonna get into in my next point, so I won't talk about it right now. But that is reason number 3. Reason number 4 why audiobooks just make sense to get into right now is because the barrier for entry is kind of difficult due to a couple of factors, okay? So if you're someone who lives in the UK, Ireland, Canada, or the US, you're totally fine and you can publish audiobooks. If you're someone who's outside of that area, it's a little bit difficult to get on Audible. Don't get me wrong, you still can if you make like a US LLC and you publish your books through that. Usually it's fine with Audible, but if you're someone who's outside of those 4 main areas, technically speaking, you're not allowed to publish audiobooks. So that's one thing that keeps a lot of competition from publishing on Audible. It's also something that's kind of sucks because if you're someone who's outside of those areas, it's not gonna be as easy to publish audiobooks. But at the same time, if you're someone who's in those areas, it makes it easier because there's less competition to worry about. On top of that, the other thing that makes it kind of a higher barrier for entry is because Audible requires you to get full copyright of your book. And don't get me wrong, I recommend you get copyright for your book no matter what format it's in. But for some people who are on a budget, they don't want to pay for copyright on their ebook or their paperback book, Amazon actually doesn't require you to do that. But when you publish through Audible, it does require you to submit your copyrights to your books, okay? And usually it's because they want to make sure you have the rights to the narration form of your audiobook. So on my screen here, I'm just going to open up, you can see this is copyright.gov. This is a website. It takes probably 5 to 10 minutes to register your book for copyright, and it costs around $50 to like $80, okay? It's nothing crazy, and it's very simple to do. The only problem is a lot of people don't know how to do this, and that cuts a lot of the competition out as well. So on top of people who aren't in the right areas to publish audiobooks, this copyright thing is usually the knife like in the coffin when it comes to people who want to publish their audiobooks. They just don't want to do this, okay? So for those who are willing to get the copyright and also live in the right areas for Audible's regulations, you're someone who is way ahead of them. You have a way better advantage of publishing audiobooks and making money. So this is why reason number 4, the barrier for entry is kind of high, is also a very good thing for those who are willing to do the copyright and are living in the correct areas. Last reason here, number 5 on the list, why you need to be getting on to Audible in terms of selling audiobooks is ACX has this platform where they give you promotional codes, okay? And promotional codes are kind of like steroids for your books, okay? When it comes to promotional codes, I have it on screen here. I'll just kind of talk about it so you guys have the direct answer from Audible if you're not sure what they are. Grow your audiobook reviews and listening audience with this exclusive promotional tool. So when you publish your book on Audible, they're gonna give you a certain amount of promo codes based on where you live, okay? So promo codes from ACX make it easy for you to promote your audiobook at no cost to you, allowing authors, publishers, and producers of eligible titles to give out free copies of your title on both audible.com and audible.co.uk. Access your promo codes as soon as your audiobook is available for sale and track them easily on your promo codes dashboard. So how it works: publish or narrate an audiobook through ACX, then visit the promo codes tab on your sales dashboard, access your promo codes, mark codes as shared, and track redemption through your promo codes. Once your first 10 codes have been redeemed and your catalog of titles has reached 100 qualified sales, you can request more audiobook codes. So put simply, promo codes basically allow you to give your book away for free in exchange for getting reviews. And anytime that promo code gets redeemed on Audible, it counts as a sale. You're not going to get paid for that sale, but it does count as a sale, and it also helps rank your book when they get redeemed on Audible. So for example, like I was talking about before, on this page, there's less competition, but every time your book gets a promo code redemption, it's going to count as a sale, and it's going to rank you ahead of other books that aren't getting sales, if that makes sense. It's going to help with your SEO, basically. To get a certain amount of these codes at the very beginning, once they get redeemed, you can request more and more, which basically allows you to give your book away for free if you have an email list or a Facebook group or something all about your niche or your pen name, and basically promote your book right out of the gate, get its ranking, and get sales right away. So on top of all the other 4 reasons that I talked about, promo codes are one of the main reasons why ACX is such a good platform to publish your audiobooks through, because you can get reviews right away, you get sales right away, get your book ranking right away. You don't have to worry about other people paying for ads to get in front of your books, and there's way less competition, and the barrier for entry is kind of high, but if you can qualify for the 2 easy things, being in the right area, qualifying in the right area and getting the copyright for your book, you're totally fine, and you'll be able to take advantage of Audible's platform. So guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed my top 5 reasons why you should get started with Audible ACX when it comes to self-publishing. Again, if you haven't joined, make sure you click the first link in the description down below to join my free Facebook community all about self-publishing. And again, when you join that community, you get access to my free step-by-step guide to getting started with self-publishing. Okay, I'll see you guys in the group. I answer all the questions in there, and I'm happy to see new faces all the time. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. Try to post new videos monthly all about self-publishing. So if that works for you, I'll see you guys in the next one.